Hey man, what's going on? Listen, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you this is it's crazy because um, I know I was talking about the Cohiba earlier, um, but I go and I sit down at the shop and when you got good conversation, you got good conversation. So we were sitting there talking to my man, and so it was like, listen, you know, I was saying, telling the guys, I said, hey man, you heard that this one show has been demonetized and things of that nature, and people have their own views. It's we're at a, I look at where we are as far as in relationship wise. It's a difficult situation to be in because um, it's a hard situation. Everyone is looking at relationships to be selfish. How I feel, what I feel. But one thing I will say, okay, um, life is about compromising. Hear what I say. Life is about compromising. And if you do not learn how to compromise, if you do not learn how to identify the things that you want and need in your life, I can walk around and say all day, I don't need this, I don't need that. But God will show you, hey, listen, I'm going to show you how much you need them. And then I'm going to see if you allow for your stubbornness to hold you back from your blessing. Think about what I just said. You can walk around and say that you don't need someone or that you don't need to be in that particular space. And when it boils down to, if you sit back and you go through that scenario, you realize not only do I need that person, but I gotta now try to reach out to that person to try to smooth it out. And if I don't, then my stubbornness is something that I can control. That's something that I have to deal with. So that's how it is. If you sit back and have to do that, then that's what you're looking at. But I'm gonna say this. It is nothing like when you're sick, you have that someone to rub your stomach. If you're sick to the point where you can't even drive yourself to the hospital, you got someone there that will be able to get you in the car, drive you to the emergency room, and you don't have that $800, $900 ambulance bill. Hell, it might be even more now. So you won't have that. Someone to laugh with, someone to laugh with, someone that can give you value and they can give you worth. Sometimes that, when your children get grown and they get older, you realize that as much as they were around you, you would think that that's the way that it's going to continue to be. But you realize that they're trying to live their life. And the same way that you reacted to your parents by maybe not going around seeing your parents, you now understand and recognize how that feels. And payback is hell. Payback is hell. So, we go out and we try to call ourselves making money. We try to identify. We trying to live our life. When times get hard, you want to run back to the parents. Hey, but when things are good, you barely reach out to them. We have to get to the point where we're reaching out regardless. We're reaching out regardless, because at any point in time they can be gone. And you'll be sitting here with a lot of memories of times that you had an opportunity to go by and spend time with them and create moments and create memories. So if you don't go about creating memories, that means your life is just a blank sheet of paper. You got your timeline about things that you've done that you were proud of, but you don't have nothing where anybody is reflecting, or you are sharing that with someone else, so that is a memory not only for yourself, but that is a memory that you can share. That is a memory that your kids are going to remember. That is a memory that your friends are going to remember. And that's what makes you immortal. This is just my belief of it. That's what makes you immortal. When you can sit back and talk about the reaction that you've had with your grandfather, the things that, the words that they've said to you in your life, and you find yourself now saying that are memories. That's memories. When you can sit back and hang around with family, and you guys sit back and y'all are, enjoying yourself, whether it's in some type of family event or whatever, and y'all sit back and reminisce about what your grandmother used to say, how your grandmother used to act, how the parents and the aunties would act, and you say, wow. And it makes you go back down memory lane and think of those things, man. And those are the purest times in your life. Yeah, anybody can go out here and try to pay bills and try to keep up cars and gas and clothes and try to play the game of, having a steak at this spot because it's 5-star, and they want to have that experience, but they're not sharing that experience with anybody that's deserving of being in that position. If I go to a steakhouse, I want to go to a steakhouse with someone that I enjoy being around. Because now we can have a conversation about just, hey, good positive things. Last thing you want to do is be paying for a $135 tomahawk or a $60, $70 ribeye or $60, $70 prime rib, and you don't even enjoy the person that you having the steak with. For guys, you just trying to hit. For females, you just trying to get. So at what point is it going to come back to the point where as we are enjoying conversations, we are enjoying the person that we are sitting across the dinner table with, having just decent meals with one another, When you travel because you want to see sights together. You're not traveling because when y'all get down there, you're going to go to the beach, they're going to go to the beach. Y'all will go sit back and chill out. You can get down there and do the photo ops or all the photo ops to send them to your homeboys. Hey man, I'm doing good, man. I'm down here with the fam. And then when you come back, you haven't learned a damn thing because you're still doing the same stuff. You had an opportunity, and I guess that's what you'll give. You know, hey, that's family. That's I gave y'all that. I gave y'all that weekend, so don't bug me for the next 6 months. Hey man, you got cats out there like that, and I don't knock what nobody do, because what you do don't make me shit. And you know, I just want to say, hey, we can recap, talk about it, you know, just enjoy life. But, you know, hopefully you'll figure it out before that curtain call. And nowadays in this city, it don't matter what age it is. They are, this is not, I'm born and raised from Atlanta, Georgia. And there's a certain thing that people that are originally from Georgia, born and raised, the Georgia that we see right now is not the same Georgia that we grew up in. It's not the same Atlanta that we grew up in. And what I mean by that, and that is that, you know, when you start talking about areas that are no longer here and they were a catalyst in this city, they were mountains in this city. You know, Perry Homes, Bourne Homes, Flipper Temple, Stanton Road, Headland and Delowe, Ben Hill, West End, Mechanicsville, University, Capitol Homes, Grady Homes, Herndon Homes, you know, The Bluff, Hollywood Road, Bankhead Course. When you start, hey listen, Techwood. When you start talking about that, and if you cannot understand and identify what I mean by that, the Atlanta that you see is not the real Atlanta that was here. You know, so get around people that's from here. You know, we talking about 94 Freaknik. We talking about, they used to have this thing here, and I'm gonna check and see how many people understand and realize what I'm saying. They had an event here that went for probably about a year to 2 years, and it was called Light Up Atlanta. And what it was that it was a block party that went from 5 Points all the way down to the Peachtree Center. The whole Peachtree Street was locked down. You couldn't drive a car down it. And for that one night, they partied it up. They had stands all around, and it was not the Peach Drop. It was not the pig. You know, and a lot of people who don't from Atlanta know about the pig ride. You know, and then the lighting of the tree over Macy's. You know, those were Atlanta things that you just had to be from here to understand. You had to be in Nicky's. You had to be in Jazzy T's. You had to be in the original Magic. You had to be in Follies. You had to be in Strokers before they turned the lights all the way up. You had to be in those spots. You know, the Blue Flame. I mean, come on. Goosebumps. And then the clubs. Phoenix. You know, my brother's keeper, Club 559. Charles Disco. Listen, you ain't understanding Atlanta unless you done been to Charles. And that's on the real. That is on the real. You know, I was getting in Charles when I was 16 years old. I had a full beard, but I was getting in Charles when I was 16 years old, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that, whoo, that was an experience. And a lot of people don't, you know, you're talking about a straight spot that was hustlers, gamblers, all kind of nightly escapades that was going on in that spot. But it had good music, great dancing, and this is when people actually danced, you know. Meet a young lady, y'all hit it off. Hey man, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Atlanta is a very sweet spot in the South, because it's right now, you're looking at the strength of the South. It's the connection area. The moves that they're making for the city is all positive. The price point to live here now is increasing. And you know, if you don't get what you're trying to get within the next 2 or 3 years, prices are gonna probably be astronomical. They're gonna be like Pluto, so far away. So understand, get what you need to get, do what you need to do, love who you need to love, and love who loves you back. Stop dealing with one-sided situations. Be honest with yourself. If you are the problem, seek help. Please seek help. Smoke, enjoy, relax, check on your health, get your health taken care of, go to the doctor, and smoke well. Smoke well.